In this equation we're going to learn how to find the equation of a line. We start off with a particular point x1, y1, which we'll know the actual coordinates for, and then we say we want to find a connection with a general point xy, which are any points on the line. What we're going to do is find a connection between these two values here, and then we're going to rearrange that to get the equation of the line. Okay, so let's get our formula that helps us get the equation of a line. So what we want to do is find the gradient between x and y and x1 and y1. And if you remember our formula for the gradients, it was the change in y over the change in x. So there we go, the gradient, so that's y minus y1 equals x minus x1 equals the gradient m. So all I want to do now is get rid of the denominator, so I'm going to multiply both sides by x minus x1, and then we end up with this formula here, and that's all we need, and all we've got to do is find out what's the value of x1 and y1, and we'll know that because we'll actually have a particular point, and what's the gradient, and we'll find that gradient because we'll actually have an x2, y2. Okay, so here's our example. Find the equation of a line connecting these 2 points here. Now you could get an example where you've only got 1 point and you're given the gradients, and that's fine, that kind of makes things a little bit easier. So we've got 2 points, so the first thing to do is I'm going to find the gradients. Remember, that's just the change in y in the change over divided by the change in x. So 11 minus 7 divided by 4 minus 2. So 11 take away 7 is 4, 4 take away 2 is 2, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So now we pick any of these points, and it doesn't matter which one you pick, because if you were to rearrange the equation to say it was y equals, you'd end up with exactly the same thing. I typically, given the choice, I'll first make sure they're positive. If I've got a choice, and I'll pick the smaller ones, but it doesn't make any difference. So I'm just choosing to use 2, 7, and now I just substitute them into this equation. So there's my x1, that will go there, there's my y1, that will go there, and there's my gradient, that will go there. So I'm left with this equation. You might want to try and change it so you're using 4 and 11, so that would mean that you would have an 11 there and a 4 there, and rearrange it, and you'll see you'll get exactly the same thing. I hope you found the video helpful. Stay in field with Winfield.